Hello and welcome back to Chestnut Mountain Homestead. On today's video, I wanted to talk about why I chose Massey Ferguson over the other tractor brands, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory on what I had before. I had a Kubota L2501. It was a manual, just like the Massey that I have now. It was a really great tractor. It was my first tractor that I ever had. I didn't really do a whole lot of research when I was first looking into getting a tractor, so I'd always heard good things about a Kubota, so I went ahead and kind of jumped the gun and got a Kubota, which it wasn't a bad choice. I had a fueling issue with the tractor. I guess starting sometime last year, and I ended up taking it to the dealership a couple times, and they told me that they really couldn't figure nothing out on it. And then the last time I took it, they said that it was probably due to an injector issue, because of they had drained the fuel system, which we had done that too and everything, and that's what they had determined. And they said that if I wanted them to go ahead and do it, that they had a local guy that would do it for, I can't remember, it was $400 or $500 to check the injectors and everything. But it was right during the time that I needed the tractor, so I just told them that I would bring it back until I didn't need the tractor as much anymore during the winter time. But me and Daniel, my neighbor, we go in together a lot on things. We've split the hogs. We do a lot of stuff together, and we had decided that sometime in the near future that we was going to get a calf or two. So I decided that I wanted to switch my tractor over to the quick attach, which is this right here on the front of the tractor. And after talking with Kubota for a while, and the things that I wanted, and with the fueling issue going on, I decided that I would step up to a little bit bigger of a tractor. It's not necessarily a bigger frame size, but the tractor that has 10 more horsepower than my Kubota did, and it's a little heavier, can lift a little more. But I talked with Kubota for a while about maybe trading in, and I really like the new style of the L Series 02. It's like the updated version of the 01, but I really liked it. The only thing that stirred me away is they really didn't change much as far as how the tractor was used. And my buddy recommended me to go and see about a Massey Ferguson, which I hadn't really thought much about it until he had said that. But I decided to go over to East Tennessee ATV and talk with them, and looked at a couple different tractors, and I was thinking about maybe the M series in the 18s. They've got a so Kubota has the L series, which is like their economy series, and then Massey Ferguson has their E series, which is their economy version, and the M series is just a more premium version. They are a frame size bigger than what it is in the E series. The E series is a frame size lower than the M series in the Massey Ferguson, so the price difference was quite a bit more for a M series over a E series. And I'm looking to build a house or buy a house in the next little bit, so I decided that I would try to stay kind of close to what my payment was with the Kubota. And I ended up choosing the 1835E over the Kubota. There's a few things that I didn't like about the Kubota, and I'll tell you about it. So the Kubota, on their manual tractors, to change gears or directions or speed, you have to be at a complete stop. So like on this tractor, I'll show you how the setup was on the Kubota. So pretty much the Kubota, you had your 4 gears here, could not change your gears while moving at all on the Kubota. And then on the speed select over here on the Kubota, you had reverse, low, and high, and you couldn't change your speed or your direction without being at a complete stop. On the Massey Ferguson that I have, it's a little different. It's still sort of like the Kubota, but it's different. So it's a shuttle shift, which means that you can change from forward to reverse while moving. You just have to have your clutch pressed in. So on the Massey Ferguson, forward and reverse is right here. Up is forward, reverse is down. So while you're working, you can be going forward and mash the clutch in and go down into reverse and let your clutch out, and you'll start going in reverse without being stopped. Now the gear select, you do have to be stopped completely or it'll grind. And then your range select, your slow and fast, is also you have to be stopped completely. Another thing that it was a really bad turn off for me from the Kubota is the live PTO. I'm not a big fan of it. So pretty much a live PTO is your PTO, if you turn it on, your PTO is turning until you mash the clutch in. So if you're working in a field and you're working your bush hog and you're going out to the edge of the field, when you get to the edge of the field and you mash the clutch in to stop, your bush hog stops, and I don't like that at all. So the Massey Ferguson has the independent PTO, which is once you turn the PTO on, the PTO stays on no matter if you mash the clutch in or not. You can be working in the field and get to the end of the field, and when you mash your clutch in, your bush hog stays going, and I really like that. Some of the other things that I like better on the Massey Ferguson than I do the Kubota is the seat. The seat's quite a bit nicer. It comes up higher on your back. The four-wheel drive is opposite on the Kubota as it is to the Massey. So on the Massey, when you have it in four-wheel drive, the four-wheel drive lever is going to be pushed down. When you put it in two-wheel drive, it's going to be coming up. On the Kubota, it's the exact opposite. When you've got it down, it's in two-wheel drive, and when you got it up, it's in four-wheel drive. The dash display is in my opinion, a lot nicer than the Kubota. One thing I will say is that if you do like I did, had a Kubota and you're wanting to switch over to a Massey Ferguson, I had a Land Pride 5-foot tiller to go onto the back of my Kubota, and I didn't trade that in when I traded my tractor, so the Land Pride equipment stayed with me. But the tiller, on the PTO on the tiller, it will not, the standard PTO that's on the tiller that comes from Land Pride will not hook up to the back of the Massey Ferguson. I don't know what may be the problem there, but with the quick hitch that I have on the tractor, it works fine, but the I guess it just brings it further back a little more for the PTO to work. That's one thing that I will say that was a little confusing when I traded tractors. But another thing that it's not standard on the Kubota, but it is on the Massey Ferguson, and it ain't a big thing, but once you get used to it, it's hard to not use one. But a level indicator right here tells you when your bucket's level. I love that, and that came standard on the tractor when I bought it. I will say that if you are looking to buy a new tractor and you are trying to debate on whether to use a pin-on or a quick attach bucket system, I will say I went with a pin-on when I had my Kubota, and I regretted it ever since. Until I traded and got the Massey, I regretted having just a pin-on bucket. The pin-on bucket will let you lift heavier objects. That's all you can do unless you buy a attachment that goes onto your bucket. You're limited to a bucket. Now if you go with the quick attach like I done on the Kubota, on the Massey Ferguson, the only thing you have to do is lift these things up right here, let down your bucket, and roll out from under it, and it's that simple. I wish that I had went with the quick attach on my Kubota when I first got it, but you live and learn. I was new getting into it. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I went ahead and jumped the gun and got the tractor anyways. But another tractor that I didn't look into before I bought the Massey, I don't think that it would have changed my mind, but a Mahindra is just a little bit heavier than the Massey. And if you know anything about tractors, weight does play a lot into a tractor, what it's capable of, and the lifting capability was just a little bit higher than the Massey. But the dealerships make a big difference in the tractor that you end up getting. Having a dealership that cares and that is going to be there to pick up the phone and answer questions and be able to bring your tractor in and work on it, and to be reliable about getting it done, that's a big thing. And East Tennessee ATV has been there for me so far, and not to say that Kubota wasn't, because Kubota was always there too. I like Kubota. It's just that this tractor had a few more things that I liked over the Kubota, and I didn't want to spend a ton of money on getting a big premium tractor, so I just decided to go ahead and get the Massey Ferguson 1835E. It's a really great tractor. I got the third function valve, and I did get rear remotes on the tractor, and I got the pallet forks with it too, and that brought my price up quite a bit more. But at the same time, I was still paying less for the Kubota, the Massey with the upgrades than I would have been with the Kubota at the same level, the same horsepower range. I think it's a L3302, I think is what the new one is. That's pretty close to what this tractor would be compared to. But it's a really great tractor. Both of them are. I don't see where anybody would go wrong with either one. But I just wanted to get on here and make this short video about why I decided to go with the Massey Ferguson and not choose Kubota or any other tractor brand. But it's really just a comparison of the Kubota and the Massey Ferguson. But I want to thank everybody for watching the video, and please consider leaving me a like and a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Checking out my other videos. I've got some good ones on here about the Massey Ferguson 1835E. I've got other videos of stuff that we're doing around the farm, and I'm going to try to keep going with this. I'm really enjoying making the videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.